Factory limits cap the Xiaomi Pro to 15.5 miles per hour, but beneath that software restriction lies a motor capable of pushing you much faster. Bypassing that restriction comes with severe risks. Push the power too high, and you can physically burn out the motherboard's controller. Attempt to bypass the latest cryptographic security on a 2024 model, and you'll permanently brick the scooter software, turning it into a very heavy paperweight. To safely unlock the scooter, you need 3 specific things: an Android phone, a battery charged above 70%, and a scooter manufactured before 2024. Confirming this hardware and software baseline is a mandatory check to ensure your specific scooter can actually survive the modification process. Step 1 is linking your scooter to that Android device. You do this by downloading an app called M365 DownG and pairing the scooter via Bluetooth. Once connected, check your current firmware version. If you see version 2.4.8 or higher, the manufacturer locked the firmware using cryptographic signing. This digital signature acts as a strict verification check. If you attempt to overwrite it with an unauthorized custom file, the system will reject it and permanently disable the scooter. This interface shows your controller's unique identifier, or UUID. We check this string for 2 specific characters. If the UUID contains the letters FF, you have a version 3.0 controller. If the string lacks those letters, you are looking at a version 3.1 controller. Knowing your exact firmware version and controller type tells you exactly which modified files to build next, ensuring the hardware can handle the upcoming flash. With your vitals checked, open your browser and head to the ScooterHacking Custom Firmware Builder. Select your exact scooter model from the dropdown to load the correct baseline profile. The builder lets you increase the motor's power limit, but exceeding the physical limits of the motherboard will cause its internal MOSFETs to overheat, smoke, and physically melt inside the deck. To prevent that, cap your maximum speed between 32 and 34 kilometers per hour, and keep your sports mode power limit strictly at or below 25 amps. When you ride downhill, the kinetic energy recovery system acts as a generator, pushing excess energy back into the controller, causing a sharp voltage spike. Setting KERS to weak limits this energy, keeping the voltage safely in the green zone. Once your limits are dialed in, hit Generate and download the resulting bin file directly to your Android phone's local storage. By capping your amps and restricting the energy recovery, you create a firmware profile that extracts maximum speed while keeping the electronic components intact. Open the M365 DownG app, tap Open Bin, and select the downloaded custom file. The app will ask which components to flash. Target the DRV, which controls the motor driver, and the BMS, which manages the battery. Hit Flash. For the next few minutes, do not let your phone screen turn off, and do not step away from the scooter. Interrupting this transfer halfway through leaves the scooter with half an operating system, completely paralyzing it. When the progress bar hits 100%, turn the scooter off completely. Wait a full 15 seconds, then power it back on to initialize the new system. Maintaining an uninterrupted connection during this transfer ensures the modified code writes cleanly to the hardware. Take the scooter to an empty, flat road to verify the changes. Start slow, test the throttle, and gradually push towards your new top speed to ensure the motor responds smoothly. Your scooter is now moving about 40% faster than its factory design. That extra kinetic energy requires significantly more friction to stop, which means your factory brake pads will wear down at an accelerated rate. At these higher speeds, underinflated tires become a severe handling risk. Checking and maintaining maximum tire pressure is now a strict requirement before every ride. Unlocking the software is only half the equation. Handling the new physical demands of a faster vehicle requires you to actively maintain the hardware that keeps you safe on the road.